Well, welcome back to yours truly
with Azsia
and Luci. We should try that once to just try and speak in a very soothing voice.
Like a guided meditation.
This has been Azsia and Luci.
Didn't they have like some celebrities do it on that one app? Like
Calm.
Yes, Calm. Like Harry Styles.
Harry Styles did
Cillian
it.
Murphy.
Matthew McConaughey has one.
I would listen to Cillian Murphy.
This is embarrassing, but I got a Build-A-Bear. And
when?
I think I was 21.
Okay.
And I had gotten the voice recording of the beginning of Harry Styles' Calm episode. Where he's like, welcome back. My name is Harry Styles.
You're just like playing the clip, the free clip over and over again.
No, literally, that's exactly what it was. So then at night I would press it and be like, I'm going to help you fall asleep. And I'm like, nice.
I mean, a solid idea.
It would talk me out.
You didn't have to buy the app.
No, I didn't.
You didn't have to buy a Build-A-Bear.
Yeah.
But
I did break it though. I think I had like stepped on the voice recording thing and didn't realize I was like stepping on it or something. And it like busted. So now it doesn't say anything.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that one that you can like re-record?
Yeah, but I think I'd have to like get it out of the bear and it's like in its hand.
So you were standing there with the Build-A-Bear employee.
Yeah.
Recording that.
Yep.
Free segment of.
Yeah. And I think I was like, don't judge me.
You're like, okay, listen. This is for real. That I'm buying this Build-A-Bear for this reason. And you can't laugh at me.
And we're not going to say anything about it, okay? We're going to just go along. If you want to tell your coworkers after I'm gone,
that's
go
fine.
for it. But while I'm here, you need to respect what I'm doing.
I think I only had one Build-A-Bear in my life.
Really?
I think. Maybe more. I vividly remember going one time, but that's it.
I think I had 2 as a child, and then weirdly, I've bought 3 in like my adulthood. Got one my senior year because I was in Boise, and we don't have a Build-A-Bear in Idaho Falls.
Okay.
So I was there, and I was like, I have to get one.
I have to get a Build-A-Bear.
I have to get one.
And then are you walking around the mall with the little castle?
Yep. And then again, I got one right before I entered my senior year of college.
Oh my gosh.
And then I got one last summer with Chrissy and Skylar as our like little best friends.
Nice.
So that one's a frog.
I think I just never was like a stuffed animals girl. I think now I buy them, but I'm like, oh, Moses is gonna love this, meaning he's gonna tear it up.
Yeah, you couldn't really differentiate.
He would eat that up.
I want to get one of the ones that are a weighted stuffed animal.
Oh.
Because I feel like maybe it would soothe me.
I have wanted to try the weighted blanket.
Yeah. I want to get a weighted blanket. They're just kind of pricey.
They are kind of pricey. And if I'm going to do it, I'm going to like get like a nice one.
Yeah, I want to get like a 20-pound one.
But I'm like, either I'm going to love it or I'm going to feel like I'm being buried alive. There's no in between. So I'm like, am I going to spend $70 and potentially hate it?
Maybe.
And I don't know if I'm ready for that risk.
That's fair. Well, anyway, welcome back to the show. I need to tell Azsia, I just got back from Idaho today.
This is real time, like, catching up. We haven't spoken for a week.
I know, it was devastating. I was like, I miss my friends. But I got to see my family, so it was good.
Yes.
But I need to tell Azsia about Love Island.
Yeah. I've been ready for it.
I've been bursting at the seams, and I've loved because I have like a couple girlfriends who watch it, and we've been like texting as it's all going down. So I'm gonna lay it out for you because you don't know much of anything about Love Island.
I watched about 30 minutes of the first episode.
That's so devastating. That's fine.
And it's okay. I'm not like I despise the show. I just can't keep up. I can't keep up with it, and that's where I'm at. And so I've been seeing all of like the things. I'm like, oh, I bet it's good. Like I bet it's entertaining. I just can't keep up.
It is so good and so entertaining. I said last time I would rate it like a 7 out of 10, and like it's a 10 for me now. Like it is.
Whoa.
Keeping me going right now.
Do you think also though because like there's nothing really on Bravo currently?
Maybe, but I am still watching The Real Housewives of New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm on season 9 of that.
Whoa.
But then Love Island, like, I have to set the stage. So if you don't watch, this is great for you. So like in the beginning, there's 6 there's 6 girls right now and there's 6 guys. And this is like as of last week.
Okay.
And we love the girls so much. Like the girls are like so together and rooting for each other all the time.
So they're friends.
Yeah, they're all friends and they're all supporting one another, and it's amazing. And they're almost all from the very beginning. Like very few new additions. So I wish I would draw a diagram for you if
because
I could.
I feel like the things I've been seeing, I'm like, I don't recognize them. So I'm like, I feel like I can't even keep up because I don't recognize anybody.
That's because Casa Amor happened this last week, and I'm gonna tell you about it. So in terms of girls, though, we just have to keep a track. We have Serena, Leah, Kaylor, Nicole, Olivia, and Janae. Okay. So long-term couples are Kaylor and Aaron.
I remember Kaylor and Aaron.
Yeah, they were like from the beginning. They've been coupled up. And
is he British?
Yes, he's British, and he's a deckhand, like on below deck.
Gotcha.
So they've been coupled up from the very beginning, and then another couple that's been coupled up from the beginning is Serena and Cordell.
I don't remember them. And who's the one that's like was so tall? There was like a guy that was so tall.
He got yeeted.
Okay,
he's out.
Perfect.
He wasn't even in it for very long. I think his name was like Colt or something. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Irrelevant. And so those are 2 long-term couples, and it's been 21 days now in the villa.
Whoa.
That's like current time is like around 21 days. Probably now 27 because like a week has passed. And then Leah and Rob were together no more. Olivia came in. She's from Australia. She's amazing. She's my ride or die, but so is Leah and Serena. Serena's my number 1, I think. It's hard to say. And then Janae and Kenny have been coupled up.
Okay.
And then Leah and Miguel coupled up recently. Kenny and Janae and Leah and Miguel are like new couples. And then you have the long-term couples, Kaylor and Aaron, Serena and Cordell, and Kendall and Nicole. And then Rob and Olivia are single, okay? So that's the state of the villa.
So the snake guy is out.
No, that's Rob.
Rob, okay.
Rob's the snake one. So that's the state of the villa when they introduce Casa Amor. And they do this every year on Love Island. And it's sick. It is so sick and twisted. But I love it so much. So the guys and girls are separated. The guys go to a new villa called Casa Amor. And the girls stay in the villa. And they bring in 6 new guys for the girls.
They did this on Bachelor in Paradise one time. And I was like, this is sick.
Yeah. It's so messed up. And then they bring in 6 new girls for the guys. And oh my gosh, it is so crazy how fast these men fold.
Yes.
Like,
well, that's why I think I can't watch it because it's so triggered. I'm just I can't.
It's just crazy because so Serena and Cordell, like the day before Casa Amor, like Serena finally opened up. Like she had been putting up walls, arm's length, and then she finally let him in. Like they were best friends.
Yeah.
And like she finally, like she's not very physical, and she's like, I don't want to be like physical with you until like we're like further along because like I don't want to like put myself out there like that.
Yeah. And
so boy goes over, and this one girl at Casa Amor, her name's Dea. I can't stand Dea. I hate her respectfully. She goes in, she's like, I'm here for Cordell, gives him all the attention. Man folds within the day. Literally folds within the day.
Oh,
and so he's like making out with Dea. Aaron, the other one, folds too. Starts kissing and making out with this other girl named Daniela. And so the guys are all having a time over in Casa Amor. Kaylor and Serena are sleeping outside at the villa because they're like, we miss our like men. Like they're not even talking to these other dudes, not interested at all. They're like, no, like we're strong in our connection. It's crazy. And so then how they bring them back to like every single one of the girls. So they get the girls around the fire put in the villa, and Ariana Madix comes in looking fantastic. And she's like, all right, we're going to go one by one. Which of the girls wants to partner up with one of the new boys, or if you want to recouple with one of the guys, the guy that left with you, or if they come back with someone, you're going to be single. Every single one of the girls stuck with their original dude. That those boys brought back 5 girls. So now there's 11 girls in the house right now. And like once the guys all brought these girls back, we've now seen one episode post that. They're not even interested in all these girls they brought back. They're like, we want our original connections. And so now all these girls are just in the house getting like ignored. Like it's crazy. And then the wildest thing was while they were separated, the Villa girls, Kayla and Serena, got a video of what Cordell and Aaron were doing over in the house. And
because they could just be like, oh, I didn't do anything.
Yeah, it was devastating. So when Cordell came back with that girl, Serena destroyed him. She was like, I want nothing to do with you. You're disgusting. You're sick. I've been sleeping outside. You've made your bed. Now go lie in it. And then at one point he's like, Ariana's like, Cordell, like, what do you have to say like to Serena? And he's like, looking down, like he doesn't look up the whole time. And that new girl's just standing next to him. And he's like, well, I'm just like, sorry. And Serena and Leah and Janae are all like, say it with your chest, like speak up. And they're all yelling at him. It was so crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Thrilling. It was thrilling TV for me to watch. I love it. And so now tonight, I think
that's crazy.
They're playing a game about what they did in their times away in front of each other. Like, what do they think
the girls, they're not going to find out?
I know, right?
It's a TV show.
Crazy. So the only couple that lasted was Kendall and Nicole. They both came back and recoupled. He didn't bring a girl back. Every other guy brought a girl back. And then the crazier thing.
Oh, man.
I know, it just keeps going. So Aaron was like, Daniela, this has been fun, but I want to be with Kayla. After we like made out and like we're together the last 2 days. Yeah. So he came back alone for Kayla. But Kayla was like, I want to stay single because I'm not interested because I know what he's been up to over there. And then Rob brought Daniela back because Rob all of a sudden was interested in Daniela. And it's just crazy. It's the best social experiment I think I've ever watched.
That is messy.
It is. Wow. It's so messy. But it's just so addicting. And I'm like rewatching. I want to rewatch other seasons now because I'm like, I need
so
more.
Into it.
Which is embarrassing because they come out with a new episode every day.
It is a lot to wrap your head around. It's a lot of TV. A lot of content.
It is. And like if you don't stay up with it, you're gonna get spoilers.
Fair.
So I'm like ready for tonight.
So how much longer? How many more are there?
It's 6 weeks, and I believe we've had maybe 4.
Oh, I guess you said 21 days, so 3.
Yeah. And that was at the beginning of last week. So it should have been like 28 days now. So I think there's only like maybe 2 weeks left. That's so sad. It's going to be over. I want to say there's normally like 50 episodes a season.
That's a lot.
But Ariana Madix looks so good in every single episode she's in. It's crazy.
I have seen a lot of.
Like she is stunning. And I didn't realize it's happening in like real time.
Yeah.
Like, I think this is, like, they're still down there in Fiji. Like, this is going on right now.
That's, like, a lot of work for the production team. Yeah, if you think about it.
To, like, do editing?
Yeah, to, like, do all of that.
But the crazy thing is, it's somewhat like the Truman Show. Yeah. There's nobody in there with cameras. Like, they have cameras all set up in the villa.
Do they do, like, talking heads?
Yes.
But it's, like, a room.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
But then, like, there's nobody running around trying to catch it. It's literally just, like, I think, like, 80 or 100 cameras going at once. Okay. Over this villa.
I haven't watched that much, but, like, Big Brother, kind of, right?
Yes. Similar. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly that. And I think that kind of happens simultaneously as we watch it, right?
Yeah, and I think there's a lot more episodes of Big Brother, too, than, like...
I think there's, like, 100 or something a season of Big Brother.
Oh, whoa. I didn't realize.
Let me look, because I'm interested now. Because I am fascinated a little bit with, like, this just, like, pure content that's, like, not even that much edited. Like, The Bachelor, Bachelorette is, like, pretty edited.
Yeah.
And this is, like... happening all at one time, and so I do think it's like
quite different than
fascinating. I just think it's so weird. Oh my gosh, there's 900 episodes of Big Brother in one average season.
Gosh.
Oh, there's only like 33. I'm wrong. I was way off with 100. Wow.
100.
I said that with my chest too. I really believed that.
No, because I remember. I think like from back in the day when like because I was into like Amazing Race and Survivor with my family, and Big Brother was like the other of the third, but we didn't really get into it because it was like on Monday through Friday or something, but not every day.
That's a lot to commit to as a child.
It is.
As a single girl in her 20s, I have nothing but that to do.
It's doable.
So
well, maybe we'll see.
Okay.
I just don't know if I can keep up, and then in my head I'm like, I'm all or nothing, so
yeah,
I can't like half do it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna make Asia watch tonight's episode with me, so we can like see and test it out. But it's an interesting social experiment.
It is, yeah. So it is just sad though.
It is
sad to watch dudes be like that.
It is, but then like the girls are getting so much fame from it.
Fair.
So like. I don't know. Like everybody's on Serena's Insta being like, "You're amazing."
Yeah.
Like you're everything. Like you're doing so well.
She's
reacting way better than I would have.
What is Serena? Because Kayla's blonde.
Yeah.
Who's
Serena's black, and she the first day wore that gorgeous neon green outfit, and it matched Cordell's neon green
I remember
suit.
them. Yeah. And then who's the long dark hair girl?
Leah. Yeah, she's
a
little messy.
Seen a lot of
I love her.
Yeah, and then the Australian one's also blonde.
Yeah, Olivia.
Okay.
And they're great.
Okay.
They're like all just such amazing.
That's cool that they're like, because a lot of times with shows like this,
they turn on
the
one
girls
another.
can be like pitted against each other, and then it just sucks because then the dudes suck, and then the girls are fighting, and then yeah,
it's just so funny. I love this show, and so I could talk about it obviously for more than 15 minutes. So. That's crazy. Anyway, that's the one topic I really needed to talk about with you.
That's the one thing I had on my list.
I have more, but...
On the topic of TV, I've been on, like, the other side of TV.
Okay.
So I've, like, not been watching reality TV and, like...
Can I guess what you've been watching?
Yes.
The Bear.
Yes.
What's the one with Jake Gyllenhaal on Apple TV?
Presumed Innocence.
That one.
Yes. One more.
One more? Can I get a hint on what's on?
HBO.
House of Dragon.
Yeah, so those have been the three that I have been. I'm like, I feel like I teeter, like, I'm like all in on reality TV, and I can't focus on anything serious. And now it's like, that's what I'm focused on. So
I would say I'm the same way.
Yeah.
And so right now I'm definitely on my reality.
Yeah. So I'm like, here. I can't, like, my mind can't. But I have been watching less TV because, like, those are The Bear was all at once, but Presumed Innocence and House of Dragon are week to week, so it's brutal. Tough.
It is.
And there's not a lot of shows like how you're saying you wait every day.
Yeah.
Like when I get home from work on like Wednesday, I'm watching Presumed Innocence the moment I get home.
Or like
that. Sunday night, I'm like, I have to watch House of Dragon.
That makes sense. So I did watch the first episode of House of Dragon, and the ending of that first episode, I said, what?
The creators of like Game of Thrones and House of Dragon, I'm just like, you guys literally like
get help. Get help. Honestly,
you will stop at nothing to get our jaws on the floor.
Literally nothing.
Literally nothing.
Every time I think I've seen it all, I haven't.
You haven't.
I haven't.
You're just
seen
like
anything.
I went. They could never. They wouldn't, and they did.
Yeah, I said surely good. They're gonna kill the one son without the eye. No. Bye.
Nope. Yeah, no.
Also, took me until the end of that episode to figure out that the brother and sister were together. And I said,
there's a lot of weird incestual stuff. I will say, because like I mean, there's always going to be like haters and stuff, but I mean, Game of Thrones is its own thing.
Yeah.
And you really had to commit to that, but I will say it's probably some of the best television that exists. The
storyline of that show is insane.
The thing, though, is the Game of Thrones and House of Dragon, they really put in the groundwork. They really lay the storylines down thick, and that takes time.
It
so
does.
It's like the first couple seasons of Game of Thrones are brutal to watch because you're like, who is this?
Yeah.
Who is that? But it's laying all the groundwork for all of the houses and all of the drama and the years long like beef that they have.
Yeah.
Like you really understand it so that later it like guts you more.
Yeah.
So it's tough with House of Dragon because it's so new. They're spending a lot of time like
they are
putting their groundwork in.
Okay.
because I've heard a lot of people say like, oh, it's been 5 episodes and there's like no war yet, and I'm like, they are.
You guys, do you remember season 1?
Deepening the roots thick for like this war. The most recent episode I just watched, there was finally like a dragon fight, which I know my brothers were like, I just want to see dragons fight, and I'm like, but the drama,
the lore, you guys,
lore. Like the lore. It's like it can be slow. It's a lot of dialogue. It's a lot of like people to keep up with, but like I love how they like lay the groundwork. And then everything means so much more.
See, I think it's
so
funny.
When someone dies, you're like, instead of like, who was that?
The like drama between those two families is like what I'm living for. I'm like, oh my gosh,
no,
I want to
see
the two of them women fight, like no combat, no dragons, just words.
Yes.
But I think that's more of the reality
they
side
like
for
did
me.
speak for the first time, like face to face, and I was like, oh my gosh. Speaking.
So, how was The Bear season 3? Because I haven't started.
Gosh, The Bear. Okay.
And I'm like nervous.
No. I love The Bear. I think it's like creeping up into like top like shows for me.
Top TV.
It's so good. And the thing about kind of similar to like creating like the Game of Thrones and House of, like, I just feel like they do a lot of like groundwork storytelling.
Yeah.
It's not like Presumed Innocence is different because that's an Apple show, and it's like it's hitting all of the marks for like I'm in every episode sitting on the edge of my seat, like what's gonna happen. The Bear is different than that. Like it's like one episode could be a conversation between two people, and that's the whole episode. Yeah. But they do whatever the heck they want to do. The writers do whatever they want to do, and I think that's so cool. Like I think it's so different from any other show because you don't know what the episode's gonna be. You can't like predict.
You don't know the formula.
They're gonna like prep for service, and then they're gonna like mess up in service. Yeah. And it's like every episode's different.
Yeah.
And I think what I love about it is it's not about a restaurant or food. It's about human relationships and experiences, and I just think it's like casted in such a beautiful way. Ugh. Like it's just so good.
That should be a soundbite for them.
No, literally. I just think it's literally about like what you experience as a human, trauma, family relationships, other relationships, how you interact with people, how that moves you forward, how that holds you back. Like it's just so beautiful. Like the first episode is so weird because it's like like this 40-minute montage of like kind of like his journey as like a chef, but it's like filmed so beautifully. Like I saw like some meme. It was like the first episode of the season 3 of The Bear felt like I was in yoga, contemplating like every memory I've ever had.
Makes sense.
But it's just it's so cool. I saw like to the haters because I feel like there's been people that are like, oh, it's slow or whatever. And I saw something today. I think I screenshotted it because I was like, this is exactly what I'm trying to say. It was like, people say they love slow burns till a real slow burn comes along and it scares them. And I was like,
that's so true.
Like, it is such a slow burn. People are like,
Jeremy and Io?
What do you mean?
Slow burn or just like the TV show in general?
No, just like, I took it as just like the TV show in general because I've heard multiple people say, oh, I can't get through the first season. It's like, it's sad or it's weird. And I'm like, it's a slow burn. Like, it's exactly like a life experience. Like, you don't just get from A to B in like perfectly casted 8-episode season.
No, that makes sense.
I will say they did end season 3 on a to be continued. And I was like, how dare you? How dare you end
That's rude.
On a to be continued? And I'm going to have to wait a year for that. So I was a little irritated at that.
Sucks.
I was like, you can't do that. You can't do that.
No.
But beautiful show. The cast is amazing. There's a what's that word? A cameo from John Cena. Nice. Amazing. Also that baker, Christina Tosi, I think her name is. She's like in the show.
I have no idea who that is.
She's like a famous baker, has like a bakery in New York.
Good for her.
And she's like, it's weird because she's in the show as herself, but like because like it's like the world of chefs, and I'm like, how? Because they do drop a lot of names, and I'm like, I don't know enough.
Yeah.
I don't know if these are real people or made up, but the show is just so amazing. Like, so good, and they're getting a lot of like. I love that they're doing whatever they want with the show, writing it, creating it however they want, and they're getting like credit for it. Like they're like. I just love it. It's so good.
I'll have to watch that season like this week probably.
Yeah.
What about Proven Innocence? I started it and I think I fell asleep during the first episode.
Oh my God, how do you fall asleep?
Sorry.
Okay, Presumed Innocence. It's a heavy topic. Just I'll say that. It's like heavy.
It's like a courtroom drama.
No, I'm just saying
right?
like the content is like of heavier stature. So if that's not your thing, don't watch it. But it's like a crime show.
Yeah.
And I'm a sucker for crime shows. So Jake Gyllenhaal does amazing.
Okay.
It's basically, like somebody gets murdered and it's like, is it Jake Gyllenhaal or not? Is it or isn't?
Yeah.
But it's interesting because they're all, the one that was murdered is a lawyer. So they all work together. And she gets murdered, like they're partners. Or not like only partners, but like they've done cases together. And she gets murdered and they were having a secret affair.
Yeah.
And he was like technically the last person to see her. Classic. But he has like a wife and kids and family and like you just don't think he could do it, but like could he? Like who, So the show is made really well. Like every episode I think I go
We love a little gasping.
And so now they're in the courtroom and so I like love watching courtroom.
I love courtroom dramas.
Courtroom stuff. Like I want to get jury duty. I know it won't be like probably that, but
I think that's a real possibility.
I've never gotten the summon, but I like kind of want to.
That makes sense.
Just because it's like intriguing.
Yeah.
I think I'd probably hate it, but
I think I would hate it whether it was a serious case or a lighthearted case.
So either way.
Yeah, I feel like if it was a serious case, I would live with that guilt for the rest of my life of whether or not I sent that person to prison.
That's true.
Or not. And then if it was like not a serious case, I'd be like, what are we here for? Like, let's get this over with.
I think I'd rather
get the car. Like, let's go.
I would rather have a not. Like, yeah, I think the serious one would. It's different watching it on TV. You're like, oh my gosh, he totally did it. But
yeah.
But I just want to see how the whole process goes. That's why I think I loved that show, Jury Duty, where it was like the secret footage. I think I might go back and rewatch that show because
honestly,
it was so good.
That was such a good show. That show was crazy.
Iconic. That show is so funny. If you haven't seen that,
that's a hilarious show.
And it's like everyone's in on this joke. This jury duty is fake except this one guy. And so the whole thing is a setup to like basically at the end of the day just to show like he's such a good guy.
He's such a good guy.
But like the craziest stuff happens in this case in this court. It's like a stupid case. Like it's not like a serious anything, but and
like it's a major comedy. Like
it's a comedy. Yes, absolutely.
Anything heavy. It's
kind of like the hidden camera type of, which I love that.
It's like punked.
Yeah.
It was a long punked.
Yes.
Yeah. 7-8 episode long
it's
punk.
It's so funny though, because
it's hilarious.
The people do a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now they're all friends in real life, which is so precious. And so I love that.
People talk about all the time, like, oh, could they do that again?
No.
I just don't. Yeah, it like got some attention, so I just don't know.
I feel like maybe, but if it wasn't like a courtroom, like it would have to be a completely different thing. Scenario.
Yeah, like same concept. It could be some type of punk-esque thing, but yeah, the whole courtroom. But it is interesting because I think a lot of people like me are curious about like the whole judicial thing. Yeah. So it was interesting to like see a window again that was fake, but it was simulated based off of like the real thing.
I loved the Big Little Lies season 2 courtroom drama side of it.
Yes,
that season was amazing.
That's a show too.
Fantastic.
I could go back and rewatch because there's a lot of it that I don't remember.
Oh, that's one of my favorite shows.
Yeah, that's a great show.
Or The People versus O.J. Simpson. Maybe the best courtroom drama there was.
Okay, this is on me. I was on the edge of my seat because I didn't really know about the whole OJ thing. So I was like, what's going to happen? Like, it was like a nail biter because I didn't know what was going to happen.
I remember watching that show for the first time my senior year of high school. And I went upstairs to my parents and I said, have you guys heard about this?
Why did no one tell me about this?
I'm like, why are we not talking about this more as a nation?
Yeah, why are we not learning about this in school? I was like, this is crazy.
This is wild. And my parents were like, Lucy, we watched that Bronco
in real time
on the news.
My parents say that every time.
And I'm like,
they're like, that was real time for us. And I'm like, you know, he recently died.
Yeah.
So,
and I'll say it. I don't really feel bad about it.
I think he did it.
I think he 100%
did it.
100% did it.
Crazy.
Come on.
No, that court case.
Oh my gosh, that was crazy.
That was probably the most intense courtroom drama I've ever seen.
Pure magic too.
Yeah,
it was
so good.
Everybody who played their parts did it
stupendously.
Sarah Paulson, Sterling K. Brown.
Yeah, so good.
Honestly, what's his name? John Travolta, David Schwimmer. Oh my gosh, the guy who played Johnny Cochran. Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Everyone hated him.
Yeah.
So, just
another good court case we watched more recently, The Anatomy of a Fall.
Oh my gosh, we did watch that. I don't remember it.
That had a good. It was it's a foreign film. So
yes.
the court. I was really intrigued at their. I don't know.
Yes, their court.
Where
system.
was it?
It was in France.
Yes. Maybe.
Yeah, I know the lady who directed it was France.
Yeah, because I think it was half in French, half in
Yeah.
It wasn't some people are like, oh, I can't watch foreign films because of the subtitles.
Get over it.
Okay, I watch subtitles with everything, and it makes it better.
Up.
But it was not all in subtitles. It was mixed English and French, I believe. I think it was up for Best Picture this past year.
It was. It won a lot of awards.
It was really good. I didn't know much about it, but I was so intrigued by the court scene in there because it was quite different, but it was pretty intense.
She was German, but it took place in France.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then that reminded me of another show that I don't think you've watched, and it was similar where it was taking place in UK or Ireland, and so their judicial system was so much different.
Yeah.
And when he was on trial, it was it's like a mini series, and Olivia Colman's in it, and so is David Tennant, and they play these duo detectives. And this little boy was found dead on the beach, and it's 11 episodes of trying to figure out who did it. It was amazing, called Broadchurch.
Oh my gosh, I think I watched some of that.
So good. But then at the end during the trial, the guy over there, what are they called?
The equivalent to the jurors?
No, it's not the jurors. It's the person who did it.
The defendant?
Is it the defendant?
I don't know.
Guy who's being
charged,
accused, they sit in a glass box.
Oh my gosh,
it was so weird.
I saw that. I watched. It was weird, and then I watched the whole interview on Piers Morgan.
I hate Piers Morgan.
I know, but it just came out, Baby Reindeer, because it's real.
Oh yeah.
The stalker thing.
I have yet to watch that.
I watched that. I kind of wish I didn't, but. I'm just
kind of hated it.
Yeah, it was way different than I thought. But it's just when it's a real story.
I don't
it's
like
weird,
it.
And then I get I watched the whole interview, and she's crazy.
She's crazy.
Weird. Yeah, but she was sitting in a glass box.
Fair. Well then, let me just tell you a little bit then about. This episode's gonna be entirely TV. So then, the Real Housewives of New Jersey, because I don't know if you're ever gonna. I don't know if you're going to do it, and that's fine. There's 14 seasons. That's
I know. I watched season 1,
commitment.
and then something happened to me. My brain switched, and I had...
It makes sense.
Yeah.
So, during seasons 6, 7, and 8, Teresa Giudice from the beginning got convicted. Her and her husband got convicted of fraud, and, it has to... The fraud's... I think it's fraud.
She's the one with the kind of weird hairline. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she's like, I'm not a pageant mom. And then she took a bajillion photos of her daughter.
Yes.
Yeah. So they got convicted, and she had to spend a year in prison. And there's a 3-episode special of her family going to visit her in prison, and her on the phone with her family every day. And I am baffled. And then the husband is now where I'm watching. He spent 3 years in jail, 42 months. And so they were nice. It was lucky they got to take turns because they had 4 daughters.
Oh, yeah.
But, it is just
That's
crazy
nice.
to me. the amount of times like these housewives have been arrested.
Yeah.
I'm like, if you know, and if you
so
don't
true.
know, if you're oblivious to what the business of your husband and like if it's shady, like you like are putting your life on broadcast like that. Like, you know, people are going to be like, people should look into their finances.
Yeah.
Like, these people declared bankruptcy like 4 times and they just kept taking loans and loans and loans. So they were like $500,000 or something in debt. And I'm just like, if you knew your life was going to be on TV like that, like, why?
You can't.
Why would you volunteer for this?
No.
The exact same thing happened with Jen Shaw. I'm like, Jen, you knew what you were doing.
Literally the shock of the century. The whole season, Jen's like, I'm innocent. I'm innocent. The last episode, I'm guilty. I literally started laughing when it like shows that she's like, she gets into the courtroom and says, I'm guilty.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
shocking.
Jen.
It's like so crazy. And so that's where I'm at right now, where her husband's in jail. And all I know is they get divorced. And I think he comes back and we find out he's been cheating on her ever since the beginning of their marriage. And they got married when they were like 18, 19.
Oh my gosh.
And so I'm like, she went to jail for him for what? Like, that's crazy. Crazy.
These housewives. That's the thing is like, I want to like know the like all the details in the lore because it's so fascinating. But it's just a lot of.
It's a lot of digging. It's
hours
a lot of groundwork.
You gotta watch. Yeah.
And so I just, man, I do have a life, I swear. So I was on Instagram today, and the Real Housewives of Orange County is starting up, and they posted like a trailer, and it was a dramatic trailer. So I was like, oh, I'm interested. So I guess last year at the last reunion of 2023 for that show is Orange County, all the women were like, hey, I don't remember her name, but they're like, you have a drinking problem. Like, we think you need to go to rehab. Like it's not normal. Like, we think you have a drinking problem.
Oh,
and she's like yelling at them. She's like, you guys don't get to say all this stuff about my life. And then it was like 10 days later, she was drunk. She was caught drunk driving because she ran her car into someone's garage.
Oh my
and then
gosh.
Like now like this whole season that is about to air is about like after that. And they're like, so like, are you sober? Like, was that a wake up call? And she's like, no. So now I'm
that
like,
was just a Tuesday.
So now I'm like, man, I gotta watch this show too because I need to know the lore of it. She's like, I can still have a drink. I'm a two drink kind of person. And they're like, you don't think you getting in the car under the influence and then crashing into someone's home
should be a wake up call?
Is a wake up call.
Gosh.
Crazy. So I'm like, man, the women of Orange County now feel nuts. I gotta get on board.
They are nuts.
So
holy moly.
It's just, man, it is entertainment.
Yeah.
So it's a lot though. So if you can't deal with that, then don't watch it.
Well, I feel like we gave you a lot of recommendations.
Honestly.
Today.
And I feel like you've watched it now. Like you've heard the best parts of it.
Yeah.
At least for Love Island.
Yeah. So you could watch Love Island, or I gave you plenty too.
Yeah.
Of more
We
drama.
gave you not reality and reality.
Yeah. Because we are on opposite sides of the fence right now, and that's okay.
That is okay. We're enjoying talking about it tomorrow.
Yeah.
The 4th of July was this last week. Should we talk just a little bit about maybe what your favorite part was?
Heck yeah.
And what my favorite part was?
Yeah, you were in Idaho.
I was in Idaho for the whole week.
And
so
Idaho, I hear.
You guys, next year,
it's
Asia's
like a bucket list item to go to the
Asia's coming with me. I think we get you, Jillian, Hannah, and me, and we redo Boston, but we do it in Idaho.
Fun.
Great group. We know we travel well together. It'd be so much fun.
I would love that.
Free place to stay.
It's on my bucket list now.
Because okay, we're going to go next year. It's great. It's totally fine.
Because the 4th here.
It's too hot.
It's so hot.
It's too hot.
It's so hot. And so it's like, there's just not luckily my parents have a pool, so that makes it better. But yeah, it's just tough to.
Like you can't do anything. I feel like.
Yeah. I think there was like a park out in Gilbert that did like some live music and whatever.
Fun.
So it's like fun.
Cute.
But like, it's still at 6, 7, even 8 p.m. It's still hot.
Yeah, it's still over 100.
Yeah.
Easily. Well, we went to the parade on the 4th of July morning.
Fun.
Well,
so fun.
We should talk about Wednesday because it's like more like honestly like a 5-6 day event there.
Oh.
So like the day before the 4th, we did a big seafood boil, like me and my family with like shrimp, meat, corn, everything. And so that was like really fun. And then the amount of cornhole that was played is unreal. I was suckered into several games. And you know me, I'm not a big cornhole girl. Cornhole. I think it's because every single time I try and play it, I try so hard to get better. And I'm so bad. And I don't do well with like constructive criticism when it comes to stuff like that. So everyone was like,
you have to pick your
maybe
teammate.
You should like throw it like this. And I was like, nobody speak to me.
You have to pick a good teammate though. That's not like, come on, like do better.
No one I was paired up with knew that like were like that because they knew I was so bad. Okay. And I'd tell like I would give like a preface. I'm like, I'm not good. So like me and my niece were on a team. And then my mom and my brother were on a team. And we lost 21 to, I believe, 4. Whoa. My niece made all 4 of those points. I didn't make a single one.
Why do you think you're so bad?
I literally have no perception of, like, when to let go. So I also always let go way too late. Like, my mind's like, let go, and then, like, a whole second or 2 passes before my arm lets go. So then it goes, like, up. It's like... And then I'm like the board's all the way up here, and I'm like, great, I missed that completely. So I hate cornhole, but whatever. And so we had fireworks on the 3rd. My neighborhood puts on like a huge show. Oops. So that was fun. And then on the 4th, we go to our little parade. Oh my gosh, it's just like the best for people watching because this entire town shows up, and like the people in my town are entertaining to look at. So this one lady rolls up in one of those little, like, shopping cart carriers. 7 chihuahuas all dressed up in 4th of July gear. She just takes them out one by one and puts them on their, like, chairs at the parade on the sidewalk. I'm like...
That's like me in 20 years.
But like, no, it's not. You'll never have 6 chihuahuas where they're all, like, old and, like, ew.
Yeah, no, that's true. It's like in Bridesmaids when
entertaining to watch.
Melissa McCarthy like takes like 9 dogs. But
they were golden retrievers. Yeah. Even in my mind, that's different.
Yeah.
If it's Chihuahua's, gross. If it's golden retrievers, like cute.
Cute. Yeah.
But so the parade was like great fun, and then we had our big 4th of July party at my sister and my brother-in-law's house, and so that was really fun.
Nice.
But
we love a family party.
The fireworks went crazy. The neighbor once again messed up, and the firework fell and launched and hit my cousin Dwayne in the eye.
Oh my God, that's so dangerous.
They've done it like every year too. They mess up like that. And so it's so annoying. We're like, but like in Idaho, since it's like pretty hick, like it's not hick. Mom, if you're listening, I know Idaho's not hick, but it's a little hick. Like there's no rules or regulations. Like you can buy, like people are buying the big ones where they're like over you and exploding all over your face. So like
interesting.
Anybody can buy them as well. So like
any day of the year, or like do they
just during like the 4th? But we have like they sell them on like the Indian reservation that's like 40 minutes away from us. So everybody goes to there, or they go to Wyoming and buy from Wyoming. So my brother-in-law bought, I'm sure, thousands of dollars of fireworks and like set them off. And so
the budget.
No, like people go hard there. So it was crazy. I sat in the backyard this year because I am discovered I'm just too anxious about it. I don't enjoy it. I don't like it.
You and
I'll
every
look
other
at them up there, but I don't like being where they're like being set off.
It's like you and every other dog in America.
Yeah, literally.
Like not having it.
Oh my gosh, my parents drug our dogs so much during the 4th. We give it so much CBD oil.
Oh, well,
good. With the THC, is that right? I don't know. She's doped up though, and she's in the basement in the closet.
Sleeping?
Yeah, she hides in the closet. It's pretty sad.
Yeah.
In her basement.
My dog hides in my bathroom.
Fair. It's like they try to go to like the most removed room.
Where he can be like buried, covered.
Yeah. So, we drug our dog.
Yeah. There wasn't a lot of, at least in my area, a lot of like the illegals. We just get like the ones you can buy at Sam's Club.
Got it.
So they're all the same.
Yeah.
Like,
but they're fountains.
They're like fountains, and it's like 20 of those, and you're like, okay.
But with kids, it's so fun to watch.
With kids, they do love it. Yeah, they do. So we did some fireworks. We did some swimming. Had a hot dog. You know,
classic.
All the stuff you're supposed to do.
Absolutely. Had some watermelon.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
I will say the deal of the week that I got was I got these 4 spoon rings.
What's a spoon ring?
They're from like spoons.
Oh.
And they like cut off obviously the spoon and they fold them into rings. Have you never seen a spoon ring?
No. Oh. Do you get them at like antique shops or what?
Usually they're kind of expensive. And I have chubby fingers. It's hereditary. And so my ring sizes are larger than an average person, I think. So I found this lady that was doing them at the farmer's market there.
Oh, cool.
And she went all the way up in ring sizes. And I got 4 for $40.
Nice.
That's a great deal on jewelry. I was so happy about it.
That's so fun.
So now I'm bringing them out. So anyway, okay. That was a long episode.
That's it
for today.
Thanks for
chatting with us. Bye.